What's up, crew? We got some sweet new swag for the PlayStation 5. Let's check it out. If you enjoy everything in the world of gaming, from modern to retro and everything in between, then you are in the right place, because here on the Chronic Spartan Show, we love everything about the world of gaming, and we have a particular soft spot for handheld and portable gaming too. If that sounds like your kind of thing, then hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. A while back, we got an Awesome Ps5 stand from Benazcap, and I used it for ages, all the way up until we moved into this game room. And now that I don't have my PlayStation 5 stood vertically anymore, I have it horizontally behind me in that shelf, I don't use that stand anymore, so I gave it to my brother-in-law, and he absolutely loves it. Recently, Benazcap, or more specifically Z2Top on Instagram, got in touch with me to see if I'd be interested in checking out their latest, newest PS5 stand. And considering how much I loved the last one, I definitely wanted to check this one out as well. So without further ado, let's check it out. Let's see what's inside the box, let's set it up, and let's see how it all fits together. Now, first of all, let's make sure the Pride and Joy is safe over here while we get some unboxing done. Last thing I want to do is knock that over. Right, so what I like about this actually is the previous one didn't come in a box like this. This one's kind of shaped like the PlayStation 5. I like that they've gone for that style. I think it's to do with what's actually in the contents more than a design choice, but either way I like it. Let's check it out. Got the trusty penknife, and let's crack this open. There we go. Okay, so usual little bits of paper in there. Nicely packaged, actually. Let's get this out. First off, we have, this looks like the headphone stand. Now, the previous headphone stand was plastic and a little bit cumbersome, actually. This looks a lot sleeker. So we'll see what this looks like once it's actually fit in there. But already, I'm hoping that it might be a bit more streamlined. Let's get the box over here. Next up, it's the main unit itself, and all right, okay, already you can see this is a lot more shaped and molded. It looks a lot more stylish and sleek than the other one did. I'm liking the look of this already. And to be honest, that's it. It's the stand and it's the base and it's a screw, so not a lot of faffing about. It looks like it'll be easy to connect. Let's stick it together. The other thing is, well, it's not as weighty as the other one, which means it's going to be a lot easier to put it on the base. But also, the weightiness of the other one meant that it felt really sturdy, so it'll be interesting to see if this feels as sturdy as the other one did. But now for the tricky part, is actually mounting these things on anything, even their own stand. It can be quite difficult because it's so big.
Hey, that's what she said.
It can be tricky, but let's see what we got. That fits nicely straight away. Now I'm gonna tilt it this way and try to get the screw in. It's not nice holding your PS5 one-handed, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We got connection. So now it should just be a case of tightening it up. There we go, nice and sturdy. And as you can see, it's just the single screw on the bottom there, like the stand connects as well. So nice and solid. Let's move that around. And that ain't going nowhere. That is not falling over. That is difficult to topple for sure. Satisfaction. And then we have the actual stand for the headphones, which, does this just slot in? Or do you have to take the end off? Yeah, you take the end off and just stand that in there. And that's nice, actually. It's got a little bit, if you can see here, so it's got a rubber bit on one end that you take off to slide in. And it's got a rubber bit there, so then it's not gonna scratch your PlayStation 5. I like that. Obviously, you can have it orientated any way you want, which again, that's different. The last one, you could only have it one way. Now, the last one did have a couple of extra hooks on there, which I thought were maybe useful for extra cables and whatnot. But in all honesty, I never actually used them. But I do much prefer that you can orientate this any way you want. And I like it there because it'll keep it nice and sleek. Before we do connect it up, actually, let me grab my PS5 controller, because there is something else that's different about this. And that is, the chargers are different, because previously on the other model, you had a little magnetic piece that you would stick in there, and then you would sit that upside down on the actual dock, but this one goes for the PlayStation standard kind of charging, which uses this bit down here. So it looks like this should just sit. There we go, that just sits like that. Now we'll see if this is charging with the rubber case on, because as you can see, I have got a silicone cover on this, and it will be interesting to see if it actually does make enough contact when you do that. Before we do plug it in again, I do want to note as well, one thing I didn't like about the previous model was it's got a fan system on the bottom as well. It's not just a stand, it's a cooling stand as well. And the fans on the bottom face downwards. So when you've got this on a flat surface, especially if you've got it on something like a carpet or whatever, the hot air wasn't going to go anywhere. And I didn't think that was quite as effective as it could have been. Whereas with this model, you can see the exhaust fans are on the back. And it actually looks pretty cool. Makes it look like a jet or something. But the exhaust fans are on the back, so that's brilliant. There is also, and this is where I struggle to keep myself in the shot as well, place for games. Let's stick some games in there. Let's get some Ratchet and Clank in there. And Paw Patrol for the kids. PlayStation 4 game. F1 2021. And there you go, you can stack your games in there as well, which is quite nice. Nice snug fit as well. Place for the remote control, and there's a spot there for something that I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's charging. I'll check it out, I'll probably put it in the description below. And so the whole system is powered from the PlayStation 5, so you plug this into the front on your PS5, and like the previous model, it's a nice short cable that you can angle without it really getting in the way. Make it look nice and smooth and sleek there. But anyway, finally, let's get it plugged together. Let's get it all switched on and see what it's like. There we go, all plugged in. Let's fire it up. I'll find the switch. You switch it on, and there we go. It recognizes that the controller is connected and it starts charging instantly. Let's put the silicone case back on and let's see if it does work. Right, case on, and I also like the way it's glowing up here, the lights. It is a little bit more fiddly trying to get it on when you've got the silicone case. Yeah, with the silicone case on, it doesn't charge. Well, I mean, it does charge, but the silicone's pushing it up a little bit too much. If I put some pressure down there, it will connect. As you can see, the light will come on and the controller will start charging. But then if I let go of it again, it loosens. So ideally, you can't really have like a silicone case on these, and I'm not surprised because it's pushing it quite a bit, which is a bit of a shame because, like I said, I do like these cases, especially like having young kids playing the console as well. It's nice to keep it clean, keep the controllers clean. So to have to take this off every time I want to use essentially the quick and easy charge function, because that's what these are at the end of the day. These are to make charging a lot easier, aren't they? As opposed to having to plug something in every time. To do that, it's a little bit cumbersome, so I would have preferred if maybe there was a bit more clearance to enable use with a silicone case as well, but not a big issue, but something that for me personally would have been nice. Next, let's see what the actual fan is like. See if it's as loud as the last one was. And that's really quiet actually. The last one was really loud. It was so loud I didn't like to have it on, even if I thought it was going to be useful. I wonder if it reads any information in terms of how hot the console is, if it will speed up, because I can feel a nice little cool breeze out here, but nothing intense, nothing overly intense, but then I guess enough to provide a bit of cooling for the system. And last but not least, let's stick some headphones on this. There we go. And that fits nicely. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like it a lot.
So overall, a big improvement from the previous stand, I think, aesthetically and functionality wise as well. There is one thing that I think it might be better for certain users on the previous base, and that is the charging system. If you don't use silicone cases or any kind of cases for your controller, then this is perfect. This works perfectly. If you do use those, then being able to have the little magnetic piece in at the end and then use the other way of charging the controllers works really well, because I used to use it for charging with a silicone case and I never had an issue with it. So I guess that would help you decide which kind of stand you want to go for, whether you want to go for one that charges it from the bottom of the controller or one that charges it from the top of the controller. Other than that, I think this is a massive improvement in so many ways over the previous stand. And the thing I like the most, it's not the most important thing about it, but the thing I like the most is the look of it. You know, the PlayStation 5, love it or hate it, is a very distinct looking console. I love the look of it. And I think the more you add to a console like this, the more stuff you put around it, it can take away from that sharpness, from the nice, almost futuristic look of it. And I think they've really done a good job with this base of actually trying to keep in line with the angles and shapes and style of the console. And whereas the previous stand, I would say, wasn't as flattering to the PS5, I think this one really is, and it really works nicely as a unit, and doesn't feel like it adds too much extra space or width to the console when it's in vertical mode. If you like the look of this and you want to get your hands on one, I will have a link in the description below. And if you want to find out about any more awesome, new and unique PlayStation 5 accessories or anything else that comes my way, then hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Once again, thank you for watching and see you next time.